Our next chief guest needs no introduction. Sri Pullala Gopichand Garu, a former Indian badminton player, presently the chief national coach for the Indian badminton team, is like family to LIBR. He has always supported the greater cause of education and has always been willing to motivate our staff and students on several occasions. He is associated with Acharya Ji since the inception of the school. It is our great privilege to have you with us virtually on this occasion, sir. It's over to Pullala Gopichand Sir Garu.
Thank you, Maria Garu, and very good evening to all of you. Acharya Garu and the entire school management, Lakshmi Narayan Garu, and to all of you present, a very good evening to all of you. I'm very happy today to be present virtually for this event. From the very inception of the school, for me, the ideas and the work and life of Acharya Ji has been very inspirational. And for me to be part of this event itself is really wonderful. For me, Manandarki, as a nation, I think we really need to look at our own ecosystem, our own education systems, and we need to start thinking about how we can make these changes. For me, having traveled many countries and seeing many people from different countries pursue excellence, for me, one of the most important things is an identity crisis, which I think we have. For us as a nation, when I look at, say, a China or a Korea or a Denmark, or even countries in Europe, there is a certain clarity of thought because either they have an Eastern philosophy and a culture or a Western philosophy and a culture. But India seems to be caught in between both, where we do not know exactly where we are standing. And that for me is a big dilemma, because for us, we have grown up in a culture which talks about certain values and ethos, and also, but our education system talks about another set of values. So I think it's very important that we understand who we truly are. And for that, I think the education system needs to focus a lot more on value education. And I'm very happy today that initiatives like what Acharya Ji has done, either in the previous role as Balbharti or Lead India Schools, I think it's very, very important. Because at a young age, if you are able to make that impact, I think we don't really have to look back again, because after reaching a certain age, it becomes very challenging to change these mindsets because the habits have already been formed. So I think it's very important that we talk about equality, we talk about nationalism, uh, in a sense um, of respecting everybody, but also having a strong Indian identity with us. I think that's very, very important. We've all grown up in a culture which values each other, which respects divergent views. And it's very important that we continue to do those things, because we have a lot of people in society today who want to break us up to ensure that they are able to get their vote banks filled, whether it's religion, caste, creed, or many other sub things. I think it's very important that we understand who we truly are and start respecting it. One is our own comfort with our own self would be very important. I think whether it's especially in these times of the COVID-19, I think we've realized how important that is. To be locked up and be happy is something which is very important. Each one of us starts to be comfortable with themselves, where you are alone, but you are with positive thoughts and with pleasant experiences by yourself with nobody around is an important thing. You, along with your family, have a positive bonding within the family so that you're able to manage those relationships very well. And you along with the society have a positive impact, and you along with the environment has a positive impact. So each of these aspects are very, very important, so that we have to find a peace within us and around us. I think it's very, very important that this stability is what we have to strive for. And this has to be emphasized and taught at a very young age, because at the moment, the education system, when you ask anybody, what does success mean? Or what do they want after spending about 15, 20 years in school? What we get is a set of people who are very confused. And you say, at max, the answers which you would get is, I want to be a sports person or a champion, or I want to be a big businessman, or I want to be an IS officer, I want to be a politician. Or if you ask them what is success, they would say, I want to get a good job, majority of them. And if you ask them what do you mean by a good job, they say good salary. And if you ask them what is a good salary, then there's a question mark, because something more than what my other friends earn is probably what is a good salary. So that kind of a nature would never keep us happy or keep us satisfied. So it's very important that we understand what we are and what we really want and what we call success. So I think that is something which is needs to be ingrained and taught about in our culture and in our education system. So I think for me, these things need to be taught, need to be educated. Because when I look at a Japan, when I look at a Korea, when I look at a China, I think they are all cultures which have benefited tremendously from our Indian knowledge and systems. And you can see, at least, even though there is a Western influence of a large extent, but still the core culture is still there. Even in India, when you look at different states, I think probably there are many other states which have more cultural integrity or identity, which is more than our own state and Telugu people. I think it's very important. I'm not talking about being fanatic about it, but I think it's very important to recognize what is good with what we have, and not take everything which is thrown from outside as being good. So I think we need to start questioning those fundamental values rather than questioning our own ancestral knowledge. I think that's something which is very important today. Whether it's Western medicine, or whether it is the collapse of many of the things which we thought are absolutely brilliant and fantastic, I think we realize today that to take care of us, our people, and our society and our environment is critical for our survival and peace. I think that is something which we should push forward to. I'm only saying this not because I think I've achieved much, but I think in my years, I wish that somebody had made these points very clear when I was in school and college. When I was a youngster, if people had told me clearly that this is how you should treat your parents, how you should treat your teachers, how you should teach your friends, be with your friends, how you should react to what success is, I think it would have been so much better in my own upbringing. So I think schools need to address it, parents need to know this, and we as a culture and a society need to recognize that we came from a Gurukul system which was phenomenal. We come with ancient knowledge, which probably many things still need science to catch up with. So in our own sporting ecosystem, I remember when we were training in 1991, we had a Chinese coach who made a certain training program, and it would be that he would train us with weight training, and then he would make us do sprinting, and he would make us do endurance. And back then, the golden norm was that you should never train two aspects like strength and endurance, or strength and speed together. But today, back then, he would say, no, no, this is right, because experientially, I feel this is the right, and we've tried it out in our country. And today, the whole of science has come back and said that that is right. So sometimes it takes years for science to catch up to what you know experientially. So I think, sorry, I think it's very important that we are subtle enough, we are going inwards into our experience enough, so that we understand what is good for us and what is intuitively known to us or to our ancestors, and we assume it's correct and walk the path till we know whether it's correct or not. I think that's something which is very, very important. And for me, the work which Acharya ji is done, is doing, and he will do in the future is something which is very, very inspirational. I'm sure his vision and more importantly, his passion and work will shine through with so many more alumni who will come and take this entire mission forward. I have great respect for Lakshminarayan Garu for the kind of work he's always done and for the kind of words with which he inspires people. I would like to congratulate all the teachers. I think all we need is a generation of teachers to change this whole country. And I believe that the day teachers are respected and the day we are able to take the teaching profession to the most respected profession, I think we would have achieved the biggest success in our country, because after that we don't need to do anything. I wish all of the school management, the parents, the students all the very best. Stay safe and in these times. And I wish you all the very best. And thank you very much for having me, um, invite me for this wonderful event. All the very best.
Gopi Chand Garu, thank you so much for that inspirational talk. And thank you for touching on that sensitive issue of identity crisis. And I think we as educators, as parents, and as community at large, I think we have a great responsibility towards our children, towards the future generation, because they really need to be sensitive and be proud of who they are, proud of their identity as be a girl or a boy or the region that they're coming from or the family background that they're coming from. I think just being proud of who they are will have a positive impact on themselves and will spread the community as well. So thank you once again. It's always a pleasure to hear you speak.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.